What if the most famous rule of time travel, the grandfather paradox, isn't as unbreakable as we think? For decades, we've been told that changing the past would unravel reality itself. The paradox seems like common sense. If you alter a key event, how could your present still exist? It's become a law in our stories and movies. Don't meddle with the past. But is the universe really that fragile? Physics hints at a cosmos far more flexible than we imagine. Maybe the universe has built-in safeguards. Clever rules that keep it from tearing apart. So let's question what we know about cause and effect. The story of time may not be a single straight line. The past might not be a fortress we can never enter. It could be a doorway to something we've yet to comprehend. The grandfather paradox isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning. Let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Meet Alara, a scientist who builds a time machine to visit her grandfather in 1935. She wants to prevent a factory accident that changed his life. She intervenes, saving him from injury, but this act means he never meets the nurse who would become Alara's grandmother. No meeting, no marriage, Alara's father is never born. If her father never exists, neither does Alara. If Alara was never born, she couldn't have built the time machine or traveled back. But if she never traveled back, she couldn't have prevented the accident. The logic loops endlessly. Her existence erases itself. This is the grandfather paradox, a contradiction at the heart of time travel. One action both happens and doesn't. Alara both exists and doesn't exist. Does the universe unravel in the face of this impossible knot? Or is there another way? For years, the grandfather paradox seemed like a dead end. But what if the universe has its own way of preventing chaos? Enter the Novikov self-consistency principle. It says any event in the past must be self-consistent. Paradoxes simply can't happen. If you try to change the past, the universe will stop you, subtly or dramatically. Maybe your time machine malfunctions, or fate intervenes at the last second. Physics, not magic, keeps history intact. Experiments with quantum particles show that even when time travel is simulated, contradictions are smoothed out. The universe acts like a self-correcting system. If you travel to the past, your actions were always part of history. You don't change the past, you fulfill it. The story of time is already written. You're just reading a chapter you hadn't seen. In this view, you're not the author of history, but a character within it. But what if the universe allows change by creating new timelines? The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests every possible outcome creates a new universe. Time is not a single road, but a branching river. Every choice splits reality into parallel streams. When Alara saves her grandfather, she doesn't erase her own timeline. Instead, she creates a new branch where her father and she are never born. Her original timeline remains untouched. She hasn't destroyed her past. She's created a new future. The grandfather paradox dissolves cause and effect play out in separate universes. Alara becomes the architect of a new reality, not the eraser of her own. Time travel becomes an act of creation, not destruction. The cosmos is an endless web of possibilities. Every action writes a new story. The many worlds theory changes everything about cause and effect. Traveling to the past doesn't erase your world. It creates a new one. Your home timeline remains safe. You become a traveler in a new reality. Changing the past is like building a new house next to the old one, not demolishing it. The original story still exists, preserved in its own timeline. Every choice, big or small, could be spawning new worlds. Time travelers don't rewrite history, they start new chapters. The fear of paradoxes may be unfounded. The universe is either too clever to break or too vast for us to damage. Time travel isn't vandalism, it's creation. The past is not fragile, it's generative. Our actions add to the universe's infinite complexity. So, where does this leave us? The grandfather paradox, once a fortress, now looks like a gate. The Novikov principle suggests reality is resilient, guiding events to preserve history. The many worlds interpretation offers radical freedom. Every action creates new realities. Both ideas challenge our old logic and expand our imagination. The paradox isn't a law of nature, but a limit of our thinking. The universe is full of surprises, and it's not done revealing its secrets. Maybe one day, we'll travel through time and discover the universe doesn't shatter, it adapts. The journey to understand time is one of humanity's greatest adventures. The grandfather paradox isn't the end, it's just the beginning. The final truth about time is still out there, waiting to be discovered. And it might be more wonderful than we can imagine. The story of time is far from over.